as you know, guys, we have to develop, right, the exercises we have right now that you have a better understanding about force, right? Easier for you to answer these things that we have here. And if if it is possible, right, we will reread what we have in the book, right, to get a better answer, even though you have some notes, right, in the presentation. Yes? So I need you to go to page 61 in your book. Page 61. Are you in page 61?
Yes. Yes,
Yes.
mister.
So, and which are the words that we have to know according to the book?
Force, contact, force, friction,
Words now.
non-contact force, and gravity.
Let's do this in order. Do you know what those four mean? Do you have an idea about what is force now?
Yes.
Yes, of course. So we know what is force. And then, you know what is contact force?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, right. Do you know what is friction?
Yes.
Yes. And do you know what is non-contact force?
Yes. Yes.
And now, do you know what is gravity?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, right. So you see the importance of paying attention, right, during the presentation. Now it's gonna be easier for you to answer all we have here. Yes. So now, guys, let's start reading, right? What are forces, right?
Mister,
And
what
I will
page it is?
ask to Christian Menjivar to start reading, and everybody please follow the reading because I'm going to ask for your
What page it
participation.
is?
61. Okay, Christian.
When one object pushes or pulls another object, the first object is exerting a force on the second one. A force is a push or pull that acts on a object.
Okay, so
Every
stop there. So it means that the first thing that you're pushing will have contact, right, with the other thing, and this will be, this is the movement or the force, right? Moving the two objects. Moving one object with another object, right? Continue reading, please, Christian.
every force has a, a strength or magnitude.
Stop there, stop there.
This
So, every force has strength or magnitude. Now, do you remember, or according with your notes, which is the symbol we use in order to represent the gravity? Sorry, force. Okay, how we represent force? Andrea, Larissa?
N.
with a letter N.
With the letter N, right? Yes, of course. Good job. So let's continue reading, Christian.
Strength is measured in units called Newton and
Yes.
a force also has a direction. The direction of a force can be described by telling which way the force is acting. The dog is pushing.
Stop there. Christian, Brisa, could you please read the example we have? Okay, we already know that the direction, right, of the force. Yes. Now, Brisa, continue.
The dog is pushing the ball with a force of around 2 n. Force can change the way objects move. When an object begins to move, it is because a force has acted on it. When an object is already moving, forces can make it speed up,
Okay.
slow down, or change direction.
Yes, of course. So they can change the speed, right? They can go slow, and they can go fast, right? And also in any direction. Yes. So Now, in number one, what we have to do in number one, Andrea Montserrat? Could you please read the instruction about what we have to do? Andrea Montserrat. Okay, Angela, could you please help to read the instruction of number one?
Main idea and detail.
Yeah.
Use the graphical organized below to list two details of the main idea found in the last paragraph on the text.
Okay, so do you know how to identify the main idea through these
Yes.
things, guys?
The
Yes,
most
right?
important of
Yes.
the paragraph.
We are gonna write first two details about the thing that we just read. Yes, and according to the details that you wrote, you will subtract which is the main idea of the text, right? Okay, so mention a detail that do you think that is important in this
Picture.
text? A detail or facts that is important in this paragraph.
Mister, I have one.
Okay, Angela and then Miguel Eduardo. Okay, Angela.
The force can change the way object moves.
Yes, of course. So, could you please tell to your classmates
Yes.
what you
The
have?
force can change the way object moves.
Yes, of course, the force. So, write that, guys.
Mister, I have one.
Mister, I have one.
Let's listen to Miguel Eduardo and then Kenneth.
When an object is already moving, force can make it speed up, slow down, or change direction.
Okay, so what you have, Miguel Eduardo, is similar to the Angela, right? Yes?
Yes.
Yes, right? So, Kenneth, let's listen to Kenneth.
When one object pushes or pulls another object, the first object is exerting a force on the second one.
Yes, of course. So, that's important, right? So, we're gonna write, listen what we're gonna write. We're gonna make a summary about what's about Kenneth said, right? And we are gonna write a force, right? A force can make an object begin to move. A force can make an object begin to move. Now that we have, could you please read which details we have?
Mister, repeat it.
A force can make an object begin to move. Yes? Now, which detail we have? Could you please read what we have? Andrea Larissa, could you please read what we have?
Force can change the way an object moves, and a force can make an object begin to move.
So, now, according to these two details, guys, which is the main idea of the paragraph? Which is the principal idea of the paragraph? Andrea Larissa, do you have an idea?
I think that main idea of the paragraph is that force can move objects.
Yes, good job, Maria. Let's give a clap to Maria, please. Everybody. Yeah, good job, Maria. Excellent. So, forces, that's the main idea. Forces can change the way object moves. Right? That's the main idea. Forces can change the way an object moves. May we continue?
Yes.
Did you finish? Did you write the main idea?
Yes.
Okay, let's continue then. Everybody finished, guys?
Yes, Mr.
Yes.
Okay, let's continue then. Let's continue with in page 62, right? Okay, wait. And
Yes.
then,
Miss.
what we have in 62, guys?
Contact force.
Forces.
Okay, then we will start talking about what?
Contact force.
About the two type of forces we have, right? The first one is, which is the first one? Contact forces, right? So we're gonna reread this paragraph, right? In order to have a better idea about what we're talking about. So I'm gonna ask to Gabriela to start reading.
Contact forces. Car mechanics use forces to lift tires and pull cars. These forces cannot act unless the mechanic touches the object to be moved. The object may be touched directly with a hand or using a handle or a rope, but there must be contact. A force that requires two pieces of matter to touch is called a contact force. You exert a contact force when you push or pull a piece of furniture.
Okay, stop there. So actually, what we're talking about here in contact forces is when we do the action of pull or what? Or push something, right? Continue, Gabriela.
One kind of contact force is friction. Friction is the force that results when two materials rub against each other or when their contact prevents sliding. Friction makes it harder for one surface to move past another. The amount of friction between two objects may depend on their texture, shape,
Okay, stop there.
speed, and weight.
Stop there. So, what is friction, right? What is the action of friction or the force of friction? Would you please explain me what's
Friction is the force
Against each other of where two
that?
contact
Right? It is the action that I told you, right? When we have two objects that do this movement, right? You see, one is behind and the other one is back, right? In front, back, right? And do it as friction, right? So, do you understand this, guys? Now, we have number 2. Yes, that is at the end of the page, we have a paragraph and then you have to circle something, right? Andrea Larissa, could you please read what we have here?
The small, compact shape of race car reduces air resistance so that the car can go fast. By contrast, the wide area of the open parachute increases air resistance, slowing the fall.
Okay, so what we're gonna do in number 2? Read what we have in number 2. Andrea, Larissa, continue reading. Number 2.
Circle the arrow that shows the direction of air resistance on the parachute.
Okay, so look at the picture we have. Look at the picture we have, right? What can you observe in the picture?
A man,
A man. What is the man
a
doing?
man that is doing parkour.
Yes, of course. And then we have 2 lines, right? Actually, we have 2 lines. Yes or no?
Yes,
So we have one that is up and the other one that is
down.
down, right? So which do you think is the direction of air resistance of this? The one that is up or the one that is down?
The one that is
Down.
up.
The one that is up, right? That is the one that you are gonna circle, la flechita que está para arriba, right? And this is all you have to do. Yes, but what happened here? We have a challenge. Yes. So what do we have to do with the challenge, guys?
Homework.
You have to do it as
Homework.
homework, right? Read the question and then answer what do you think is the correct, right? So let's move to the next page.
Page 63.
63. Yes, and then what we have in number, that's just what we have, just number 4, right?
Yes.
So, Khaled, could you please read what we have in the little square we have? The large amount of friction.
The large amount of friction between the tires and the track makes it harder for cars to slide out of control. Friction also causes the brakes on the back of inline skates to slow or stop the skate.
Yes, of course. So now what we have to do, explain how the brakes help an inline skater stop. According to what just read.
I know, mister.
Okay.
Because that do contact with the floor, and it's like
Yes.
okay. Ya es como que es como que uno a toda velocidad. It's go high, high speed.
Yes.
And want to use to the skater stop, and you down, and that piece of the skater stops, and you say.
Yes. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna help you what you want to do. To say, sorry. So
yes.
When the skater goes right faster or fast, and he wants to stop, right? Which is the movement that he's gonna do? Will brake make contact with the ground, right? And if the skate is making contact with the ground, right? How do we call this force?
Contact force.
Yes, but how do we call this force? How do we call this force?
Friction.
Friction. Yes, but this is friction, guys. So the skater has to lower to heel so that the brake make contact with the ground, creating friction. That's the explanation, right? Miguel Eduardo said, tell the answer to your classmate. Miguel Eduardo. Usted dijo la respuesta y la dijo bien. Congratulations. So, say to your classmates. Now, don't be afraid. Don't be nervous.
Mister,
The movement.
I resume the answer of Miguel.
Okay, Maria. Maria, we're waiting for you.
Okay, because they do contact with force and they go to pages.
Okay, because actually what you are gonna write there is that the skater, right, the skater will do the action of, or the skater will do the force of what?
Of the force friction.
The skater will use the force, right? Using friction to stop the skate. Yes?
But they can do force in the skate, they can down.
Sorry?
Anything.
Okay, let's continue. Did you finish? Okay, number 5. And then in number 5, we're going to talk about what? Gravity. So, in number 5 is a challenge, right? So it means that you have to read, and do this challenge. So number 3 and number 5, yes, are challenges that you have to do as homeworks. Yes? So we're gonna move, yes, to the next page then. So that is page 65. Yes? And then what we have there? What do we have in number 65?
Non-contact force.
No. 65.
Electromagnetic forces.
Electromagnetic force.
Yes, electric and magnetic force. Angeles, help me to read, please.
Electric force acts between objects that are electrically charged. Oppositely charged objects are attracted to each other and tend to move toward each other.
Yeah.
Objects with the same charge repel each other and tend to move away from each other.
Okay,
Magnets
stop there.
will
Stop there. Kenneth, continue. Kenneth, it is Kenneth here. Kenneth.
There are 23 and only
He's not here.
Okay, continue then, Angeles.
Magnets will pull strongly an object made of some metals, such as iron, cobalt, and nickel. Every magnet has a north pole and a south pole. Magnetic force is greatest at magnet poles. The north pole of one magnet will pull
On the south
on the
pole.
south pole of another magnet. The north pole of two magnets will push away from each other. The south pole of two magnets will act in the same way.
So now here we are talking about magnetism, right? That is actually what I was explaining, right? About the balloon, right? With your hair, yes? ¿O alguna vez a ustedes han tocado another person, to touch another person and they have electricity? Yes? Yes, right? That is magnetism, right? And also when you have a balloon, when you put a balloon, right? Close to your hair, right? That probably that the one that is in your hands, your head, right? The hair is gonna, what? It's gonna move. If you don't believe me, try it.
It's gonna move up.
Yeah,
Está solo en películas.
No, it happens. Try it.
Yes.
There are
And mister,
Then you are gonna
it's
feel,
really real that they put it in movies.
Mr. But when you float a balloon, they are motion.
yes. And if you try, Clinis, you will
Mister,
feel that your head is moving.
always that I go to a birthday, I have a balloon and then I put it in my feet and then I electrocute.
Okay, let's finish with number 6. Right? Number 6, right? Yes, now, what is happening to the cat's fur? Look at the picture.
It goes up.
Yes, right. So
Como we know.
analyze what is happening with the cat force. Tell me what is happening. Explain what is
Friction.
the chairs
It's
of
a
the
friction.
balloon are pulling on the chair of the cat's force, right? They are they making contact? No.
No. That they can rotate.
So what answer can we have here? Which answer can we have here? Tell me.
Mr. But to occur that first we need to do contact with the balloon.
Yes, of course.
That have motion to the people to can the
No, let's answer number 6. Can someone tell me which is the answer of number 6?
Minister.
Okay, Angela?
But the hair, they, how to say parar in English?
Goes up.
Goes up because the balloon float in the hair of the cat.
Yes, right. So listen what you're gonna write. The charges of the balloon, right? The charges of the balloon are pulling on the charge in the cat's fur. The charges of the balloon are pulling on the charges in the cat's fur. And did you finish?
Yes.
Now, number 3, number 5, number 7, and number 8, you are gonna do it as homework, right? Yes? Which are the homeworks, guys?
3, 5, 7, 8.
3, 5, 7, 8.
7, 8.
5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Listen, we are gonna discuss them tomorrow, right? Because tomorrow we have an hour. So, before you leave, I need you to show me, right? What are the notes that you have? Show me the notes you have from
Here are, Mister.
the one from the presentation, the ones that you have in your notebooks.
Yes, there are.
Okay, Miguel Eduardo, good job. Good job, Bayran. Excellent. Good job, Andrea.
Mr. But always I have to send you a photo at your email.
Yes, Christian Mejía.
Okay.
Excellent, Gabriela. Gabriel.
Mister.
Okay, good job. Excellent, guys. Excellent. So, good job, Leticia. Now, just Gustavo, show me what you did in your notebook. Okay. Okay, now, guys, listen to me. So, I'm going to give you time, right? We will stop here and have breakfast, and then we're going to have reading. Yes? I'm going to see you all 9:30.